Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Riverview. I'm picking up at the end of the last episode. I have saved quickly and I have reloaded the game, disabling the rear mods, and my tractor is working again. It's not sunk into the ground, so yeah, it's definitely a problem with the rear mod that's causing my tractors to glitch into the map and get stuck underground. So yeah, I've turned those off, and I'm just finishing the seeding contract here on field 23. I'll then be heading back to field 48 to continue the baling contract. I've got the grass mowed. I need to take the baler down there now and make the silage bales, and then we need to head over to field 18. We need to mow that, and we need to do silage bales on that as well. And then we've got 2 fertilising contracts as well to do. So it's all go. It's very action-packed for Delores and the company that she manages. There's a lot of work to do. A lot of money to be made today. If we can get these contracts smashed out, or certainly before the end of the month, hopefully get these contracts sorted out. Yeah, we are go. So yeah, rear mods have been turned off, all of them. I'd already turned off the centre of gravity mod earlier in the series because it was causing all my tractors to tip over all the time. And now I've turned off the other 2 mods as well, because I don't know which one causes the tractors to glitch through the map, but I figured it's just best to turn them all off. And then I'll leave them turned off until such time as there is an update for the mods on the mod hub, because it's quite evident that something's not quite right with those mods. There's obviously some weird issue there. But I guess that's the thing we're starting to run up against now as players. That obviously, as Giants continue to update the game and release content for the game, some of the early mods, which look like they've been abandoned by the mod authors, that aren't getting updated or haven't had any updates recently, are becoming uncompatible with the game. So some of the mods that we've used pretty much since the game came out, we're now looking at possibly having to get rid of and stop using, because they're not updated and they don't work well with the current game in its current state of affairs. And whilst it's very easy, and whilst I've been very critical of blaming Giants for every bug and glitch and everything that goes wrong in the game just recently, it's not always fair to blame them when it is actually a mod that's not been updated for 6 months. When a mod hasn't been updated for 6 months, you can't really blame Giants for that. You know, that's not quite fair. So yeah, as soon as I find broken mods, like with that John Deere mower that I used a few episodes back, it's just better to bin them. Just better to bin broken mods. Bin them, and you know, if the mod author ever gets around to doing an update, then yeah, we'll have another look at it, sort of thing. I'll have another download it and have another look at it. But ultimately, if something ain't working right now, I'm just going to bin it. Bin it. Because I don't have the time to fix everybody's mods. I'd rather just play the game. I know that sounds crazy, because normally I enjoy the modding aspect as much as I do playing the game. And normally when I play games, I spend probably as much time modding them, if not more time modding them, than I do playing them. But I'm at the stage with Farm Sim where I would sooner just be playing it now than messing around with mods. Although I have got the brand new mod from Custom Modding. Where is it? It's here somewhere. The new honeybee. All the options, baby, on the Honeybee Airflex headers from Custom Modding. Can't wait to try those on a header. And I assume that's the header trailer that goes with them all. Probably should have checked that, because it looks like it doesn't have a swivelly axle to me. Possibly doesn't have a swivelly axle, so that to me looks like it could be quite a nice little machine to use. Better than the header trailer I've got currently. With my what is my header on my harvester? I've got the 9.2 meter one. We could probably go a little bit bigger then, and we could probably get rid of that header trailer in favour of the honeybee. One of them ones, 165 grand. And then the header trailer that goes with it. It's only 2,700. Possibly something for me to consider down the road. But that is all the sowing contracts done currently. So the next time we use this seeder, will be to do this field. I'm just going to park this here for now, because obviously Stone Picker Man needs to finish. Meanwhile, we can take our baler down to field 48. Do the silage bales on field 48. I'm pleased I've got this, because I haven't got to use the Pottinger thing then, have I? I don't get to choose any bale sizes with this, so it's one size bales fits all. So yeah, maybe the bale trailer's probably the only thing I need to use, because that bale trailer is going to transport more bales than my own bale trailer, which, as we've already seen, doesn't transport a lot of bales. My own auto-loady trailer doesn't transport a lot. going a bit quick. That's the only trouble. I'm going too fast for the fast bale. And it can't actually wrap the bales fast enough. Uh-oh. I sworn I had Lazy Bales mod installed, which is supposed to stop bales rolling away. My hardest not to run into the bale. If I knock it, perhaps I can fix this actually by driving a little bit slower. That's 10 kilometers an hour. If I do cruise control at 10, is that slow enough that it can wrap the bale, drop it on the ground before the tank gets full? Yeah, looks good. Might be able to go touch quicker. Might be able to do 12. Get it before it rolls away. Right, we need to do this tiny little row, which is the bit that he missed, the AI worker missed. And I had to manually come back and finish off. Well, we're doing well. We're getting closer, ever closer, day by day, step by step. Like I say, we ain't even started on the fertilising contract yet. I really ought to maybe send the sprayer out to do those two jobs. 30, what is it, field 37 and... can't remember what the other field was now. Yeah. Just gonna go back this way just to trim off some of these edges. And we can go back to doing this. Right, I'm just going to pause him there though. Actually. Because I do want to get my sprayer moving. Which fields are we spraying? 29 and 37. Well, 37 we know is a big one down the bottom. The one over there. 29 is down the bottom here. I think if we go this way it's going to be quicker. Rather than driving around all the different fields. Let's go down the main road and in the back way to field 29. Because that should get us there, I think. Big grass field here, look. Field 30. What sort of contract is field 30? Hay baling. See, that's probably why I didn't choose that then. Because right now I'm in full-on silage mode. Full-scale silage mode is what I'm in. So yeah, we'll do field 29 first, because we're probably going to have to head to the store and buy some more liquid fertilizer before we can go do field 37. And I'm assuming this is going to take all of this. But we're doing well. That's all we can do. We can just do well. Can't really expect any more. There you go. You're fertilising. Good. You're still waiting to start seeding. This fella, meanwhile, can carry on now with the baling. Like I say, we will get plenty of bales, ladies and gentlemen. For Delores to put into either her own personal supply, would certainly give us a few additionals. Again, I'm just going to go along the bottom here because there's an extra strip where, again, the AI kept stopping a little bit short of the field edge and therefore missing bits. So there's a few little bits that I just need to tidy up. and we'll be well on our way. It'll be a simple case of just zoom up and down the rows, dump the bales. I'll then need to quickly switch to the... I'll have to go and get the bale collector from the store and come back, pick the bales up, take them wherever it is they need to actually go. I didn't actually check. Field 48 needs me to deliver them to the bale chipper. Interesting. Because the bale chipper's mine. I own that. Am I going to be getting a load of free silage? Could be case, ladies and gents, that I'm about to get a load of free silage. If that's the case, then we are going to be doing cows, ladies and gents. Because if I'm going to get 2 fields of silage here, because basically both these contracts want me to deliver the silage to myself. Which is a bit weird. It's a strange concept, that. It's not unheard of. On some maps, if you own the BGA, you often get tasked with delivering silage to the BGA. Therefore, you deliver silage to yourself, and you get the benefit then of getting all the free digestate that comes with that. It's very useful if you're into organic fertilising. But we'll see, because I might have a mod installed that prevents that prevents any of the contract material actually going into a production's storage. I think it's the same mod that allows you to keep selling material for a contract at a production silo. You know, like if you're doing a harvesting contract for wheat, and it says deliver it to the grain mill, then it prevents the grain mill from actually getting full, because none of what you tip actually goes into stock. It is literally purely just sold for the purpose of the contract, which stops the player benefiting from free flour if they own the grain mill. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it works with the bale chipper. It may not. Depends which mods have been released more recently and whether it takes into account that. Because it might be a case of, when I deliver these bales, it's going to put them into storage. We will see. I'm excited now, ladies and gents. Find out how that actually works. What the outcome's going to be. Am I going to get a load of free silage and a whole bunch of money? Because if so, result. You're probably watching this video right now and you're probably bashing away on the keyboard in the comment section down below, telling me that that's exactly what's going to happen. You're probably typing away right now to tell me that yes, you're going to get a load of free silage as well as money from the contract. I really do hope that's the case, because then that's a win-win. Hey, that makes up for the other contracts being bugged and broken, doesn't it? We might do a lot more baling contracts if that's the case. If we can do baling contracts, deliver to ourselves, keep the material and get the money, that kind of offsets the harvest contracts being completely freaking broken. And that'll be a case of, haha, screw you, giants. We can still make progress. You tried to stop us from playing the game, but hey, there are other ways. There are other exploits that we players can find. Workarounds. Three more rows to collect, and then we can take the go get the collector, pick up some bales, and see what happens. It's starting to get a little bit dark and gloomy on the map, I have to say, which is a bit off-putting. It's only 10 to 4 in game. It's just gone 2:30 in real life, so I'm doing well. I think this is, I've already lost track. I don't know if this is the third or fourth video I've recorded in today's session, but I'm making progress. I'm getting stuff recorded. I might get 6 videos churned out today. The fact that I'm not having to play, I'm not playing anything, I'm not advancing time massively, and all 6 episodes are basically going to be on the same in-game day, kind of helps me get content. It's when I have to play for several hours off camera to advance time and move things forward. That's when it gets a bit of a problem, because that really does slow the video production side of things down a bit. Whereas today, because I'm not skipping any time and I'm just recording back to back, I can get videos churned out very quickly. And like I say, if I can hit 6 videos today, marvellous. True test will be then tomorrow, whether I can do it when I'm playing on Calmsden. Calmsden's a bit trickier at the minute for me, because that series does require me to obviously skip big chunks of time, and is less, because I'm playing with seasons, of course, so there's not a lot to do. There are great big chunks of time where I don't have a lot to do, so it's a little bit trickier. Tell you what, it's a bloody scorcher of a day here in the UK, ladies and gents. It's definitely got warm today. I'm looking at my air conditioning unit, and it says currently it is 32 degrees here in the office. Obviously my air conditioning unit is not on, because obviously noise whilst I'm recording. But yeah, it's currently telling me it's 32 degrees here in the office. I can hear my PC fans, even with the headphones on and the music playing in the background in my headphones. So that means that the PC's working very hard to try and get cool and stay cool as I'm recording. But it's just going to have to suffer because it's summer and it's amazing and it's wonderful. I love the fact the sun is shining. It's so nice. I wonder, and I think that's probably why I'm feeling a little bit, maybe a little bit chippier today, is the fact that it's sunny. And I always say, I've always felt I'm solar powered, ladies and gents. I've always had this feeling that I'm a bit solar powered. When it's always dark and miserable and depressing in the winter, I really struggle with functioning, getting moving, getting motivated. Yet, you know, you give me a few days of sun and I feel like the blooming, you know, Energizer bunny. I can go on and on and on and on and on. So I think I've been solar charged this weekend with all the sunshine that we've had the last few days here in the UK, as we've been in this heat wave, as the weather forecasters and all the weather programs keep telling us that we're in a heat wave and it's going to get ridiculous. It's going to get, they reckon it's going to hit 38.2 degrees by the end of the week, because apparently there's some weird weather system moving up from Spain and Portugal that's going to mix with the weather system that we've got now, that's going to further magnify temperatures. So if that's 38.2 where I am, that means for places like London and that, it's obviously going to be over 40 degrees. That can be seriously hazardous to your health, I would expect, if you're in that type of temperature for long periods of time. Definitely make sure you stay hydrated, everybody, and you know, you've got your sunblock on, your factor 500. And ultimately try to stay out of direct sunlight, because even if you've drunk plenty of water and you've got your factor 500 on, that heat will definitely give you heat stroke very quickly. And if you've ever had heat stroke, it's not pleasant. I got it one year when I was at, I think the last RAF Waddington air show that I went to. The last air show that we had at Waddington, near where I live. I got heat stroke that day because I basically sat in the middle of the airfield, no shade, no cover. Obviously tarmac everywhere, tarmac runways and taxiways and stuff that are just absorbing and giving off the heat. And I was sat there for, you know, like an 8-hour flying display, despite the fact that obviously I had drank plenty, kept myself, you know, covered in sunblock all day long, so I didn't get sunburnt or anything. I got absolutely cooked, and when the flying display ended, I got up out of my little folding chair to start packing all the stuff up, and I felt really, really rough, really bad. I did. And I remember just literally pouring bottles and bottles of water over myself to try and cool myself down, because I felt lousy. And I was like, I don't fancy trying to drive home feeling like this, so let's see if I can, let's take a few minutes, let's go for a bit of a walk round, let's go and see if we can find somewhere cool. Go in one of the hangars or something. Hopefully it's an air-conditioned hangar. And just spend a little while having a bit of, and seeing if we could recover from it. And certainly after I'd, like I say, managed to cool my core temperature by drowning myself in water and just staying out of the sun for half an hour or so, and getting that little bit of a cool down, I did actually start to feel a lot better. And ultimately I was able then to drive home and drive everybody home. But that would have been a nightmare scenario if I wasn't well enough, because then we would have been stuck. It's like, how do you get the car home? It's in the middle of the, you know, it's parked in the middle of the airfield. We need someone to fetch the car and fetch us. That would have been an absolute nightmare scenario if I hadn't been well enough to have actually brought us home. That's one of the reasons why now, like today, there's no way today, like in the present time, I would go to somewhere like Fairford. I wouldn't go down to Fairford for like the air tattoo. The Royal, like next week, like this coming weekend, I wouldn't go to Fairford for the air tattoo. Because if you take ill there, if it's like this, if the weather's like this and it's 40 degrees down there and you get absolutely cooked, that is a flipping heck of a long way to try and travel back from. I mean, I've been to Fairford twice in my lifetime, the air tattoo. I didn't enjoy it. Both times I went, I didn't enjoy it because it's a long day for the poor person driving. If you're the only person driving and you can't swap with anybody, like take it in turns, like one person, you know, it drives there, one person drives there, the other one drives, someone else drives home in the evening. It's a long old day, it is, for the poor driver. So yeah, the two times I went to Fairford, I wasn't very well after. Okay, so we don't get any silage, ladies and gents, from the contract. That, ladies and gents, is fine then. So yeah, the mod I've got fixes that then. So the mod I've got stops that exploit from happening. Stops you from being able to exploit that. We don't get the leftover bales. Trying to work out how I get to field 18. Can I go that way? Along field 19. I think I should be on that path there. That'll take me to field 18. Yeah, good. So we could pick up the baler. And then we can pick up the mower. And in the next episode, ladies and gents, we'll be able to smash that baling contract out the door and get quite a nice chunk of cash. We'll be able to also move the fertilising wagon tractor to field 37, and we'll be able to do that contract as well. Stone picker can then move over onto field 9 and 10, start collecting the stones on that field, and I can start getting the grass seeded, ladies and gents, on field 13. So, thank you for watching today's episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. As always, ladies and gents, wash your hands, scrub your toes, wipe your asses, blow your nose. Take care of yourselves, ladies and gents. Stay safe. And cheerio from me. Goodbye, ladies and gents. Cheerio. Try and drive one-handed.